Gould Academy is home to 250 students from 20 states and 20 countries. For as diverse as this campus is, a universal language can be heard throughout its halls. A Steinway piano. With 11 on campus, Gould holds the distinction of being named an all-Steinway school, a gift from an alum who is passionate about music.
We had some subpar pianos at best here at the Academy, but we were making it work, and he recognized a need and approached the school, and the next thing you know, he and I went shopping.
The students have become the benefactors, playing what is considered by many the finest piano in the world.
The way you touch is different, and the way it sounds, and all the strings sound louder. You can share your music the way you want because you can make music easier in Steinway than other pianos.
To enhance their playing even more, Gould recently partnered with the prestigious Manhattan School of Music.
It's good. I like that.
Where they teleconference private lessons.
Even though I'm in Bethel, Maine, I can still have a lesson with an amazing teacher from New York City every week.
We're using 52-inch digital screens. We have large cardioid pattern microphones, so it really picks up the room sound.
The program and pianos have attracted music students from all over the world, including Gursef Tepe, who came to Gould from Cyprus to pursue her dream.
I want to get into Juilliard, and after I graduate, I want to be a concert pianist and represent my country all over the world.
Masa Yasumoto says he gets quite a reaction from his family and friends back in his native Japan.
When I told them I play Steinway here, they're like, what? Because I get to play Steinway only once a year in a concert in Japan.
I'm so psyched for them. But it really elevates the performance. It's like, it's like a skier when they have the perfect pair of skis for that certain event and they're tuned perfectly. And it enhances their performance on the slopes. Well, these pianos do exactly the same thing.
There was a time when the sound of the mighty locomotive was all too familiar in the town of Alna. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the Wiscasset, Waterville, and Farmington Railway, a 2-foot narrow-gauge railway system, was the main source of transportation in these parts.
The road system wasn't very good here. It used to be used essentially as a school bus to bring people down to the Wiscasset Middle School. And it also brought products, potatoes, forestry products, and especially milk.
While its original plan of reaching Waterville and Farmington never quite panned out, the rails did reach as far as Winslow and Albion, spanning 60 miles in all. The rail functioned until June 1933, when a train jumped the track and the owner decided not to re-rail the locomotive and shut down the operation altogether.
Revenues were falling, automobiles were competing, trucks competing with railways.
The railway remained dormant for nearly 80 years until the Wiscasset, Waterville, and Farmington, or WW&F Museum, was founded with its goal of completely restoring the railway and its trains.
That's the fun part. It's really recreating history.
The project has made huge strides by restoring original passenger cars and a pair of locomotives, including this one known around here as Number 9. The once mighty locomotive had been abandoned over 50 years in Connecticut before the museum volunteers brought it back to its rightful home and began working on a 9-year, $225,000 renovation project. And just a few weeks back, the locomotive was fired up for the first time in 82 years.
I think it's really important to the history of Maine to have Number 9 back under steam. It's the last remaining narrow-gauge railroad that was built by the Portland Company.
Those at the museum say they still have plans to expand. However, the ultimate goal is to educate a new generation about a piece of Maine history.
The mission here is to create history and teach young people about transportation that they'll never see.
It may be 2015 where you come from, but here it's 1910.
In Alda, Norm Carcos, WMTW News 8.
It's up, up, and away. More than 20 balloons taking flight at Lewiston's 24th Great Falls Balloon Festival this weekend. This year's Star Wars theme even attracting international attention.
So the balloonists that have Darth Vader and Yoda are actually here from Belgium. The balloon was built in Brazil. They really do go all over the world.
Event organizers say the festival grows year after year. It's more than just hot air. There are more than 30 nonprofit groups benefiting from the crowds.
A lot of them, this is the biggest fundraiser that they do all year. We have groups from booster clubs to swim teams to homeless shelter.
To see what the skies are all about, we took flight. Right now, we're about 500 feet above Lewiston. The views are just incredible. Our pilot tells us about a dozen passengers will ride in this hot air balloon this weekend. He says the best time to go for a ride would probably be in the mornings. We headed south following the Androscoggin River for a 40-minute trip. What keeps your passion going for being a hot air balloonist?
Take a look around. Just look. Can you see behind me out here? Can you see out here? It's just awesome. Every flight's a little different, and the people we get to meet. It's just a wonderful sport. There's a magic to it.
A magic to the beauty you can only see from above. Floating above Lewiston, Christina Frank, WMTW News 8. This class on the University of Maine Augusta campus is taking flight.
It's very exciting. I think it's a great opportunity for the state of Maine to be on the leading edge of technology.
It's a non-credit semester-long course on drones.
50 or 60 hours worth of classwork and homework, so they will be ready to sit for the FAA exam to be a remote pilot.
From big to small, students will get a chance to learn about regulations and even take these drones up in the air. Students don't necessarily have to have any drone experience or even have a drone themselves. All that technology is provided in class.
What a DJI Phantom 4 looks like, what the camera looks like, so they'll have the option to look at that. This is DJI Phantom 4 on there now, and then Tom has a different type of camera on his Blade, so the students will be able to compare.
It's a brand new path. The FAA's rules on drone use were just released at the end of August. The course is open to everyone, not just college students.
It will be anybody and everybody.
The hope is to give students training in a field that has a lot of growth and job opportunities.
We can do search and rescue. We will have infrared cameras. We'll be training wardens and sheriffs.
It's the future of aviation.
It's the next generation of pilots.
From the ground up. In Augusta, Christina Frank, WMTW News 8.